cheap bike challenge complete. This is my entry for the month of August, that was it. I set you all a challenge to find a mountain bike, and whether you want to just restore it, whether you want to modify it like I chose, it's up to you. But you only had £100 budget, and Instagram decided delivery wasn't included. You could sell parts off the bike to make more funds, and if you had spare parts in your garage already, they had to be a fair price. So actually I did all of those things. Postage wasn't included, I sold parts off, and I hopefully got a fair price for the parts, or chose a fair price for the parts. This started off as the Daewoo, a promo bike from the 90s which had been slightly modified, and what I'll show you now is the build process. £100 bike challenge. So hopefully you've all seen the entry video, I guess, the requirements. Basically, we've got a £100 budget. That includes, you know, buying the bike, buying any spare parts, any upgrades that you want to do. What it doesn't include is postage. That is completely free of charge, as decided by the Instagram folk. Spare parts from your spares bin have to be priced up properly, and any parts that I want to sell on this bike to fund other parts, I can do, and so can you, obviously. So I've started with £100 total budget. This bike has only cost me £10.50, and I have pretty much spent all that already just buying the new drivetrain. But of course, that leaves me to sell all this stuff. 7-speed, it's got a SRAM train on it. Nice, a good choice, I like that. And I'll keep this, and maybe if I check the wear and it's good, that'll be a little bit of money back to the budget. That doesn't look good. While I am keeping the crank set, I don't need the rings. Here's the thing, I might need to change the bottom bracket. Yeah, we'll see. It's rattling a lot. So this isn't good. It's a sealed Shimano bottom bracket, but I don't know if you can make that out on camera. It does move around a little bit, so I am gonna have to replace that. This method never fails. Sometimes it does, but yeah, most of the time you can get bolts out by bolting the tool on. It just gives you that little bit extra leverage. And I've already loosened this when it's on the ground. Oh wow, What? That is very wet in there. There's a lot of water coming out this frame. Naturally, I wanted to upgrade it and go 1x. So yeah, wheel come out. I'll change that in a second. And then what I managed to pick up for £20 was this. A Dual XT derailleur, 10 speed. What is it? The RDM 786. Cool. Now, while I may be able to get away with the rear tyre, the front tyre definitely needs to be changed. What's this? Specialised dirt control comp? Yeah, so that needs to be changed. Fortunately, the guy did throw in a spare tyre that he had lying around when I bought this, so I'll just switch that over, unless the budget allows for a complete new set. I don't really need these club roost bar ends, so we can sell them. Maybe they'll fund a new bottom bracket. I need to hold on to these grips just for now, so let's try and get them off without breaking them. Easy. Keep hold of them. Well, these whole levers. I've ordered some new levers. Managed to actually pick up a pair of Avid V-brake levers off eBay for like £7. They haven't arrived yet. Brand new. And as I'm doing the whole 1x thing, I actually found a cheap narrow wide chainring. So we'll take all these off, keep this crank set, obviously replace the bottom bracket, and hopefully when everything else arrives, including the shifter, we'll have a fully functioning 1x10 drivetrain. Hopefully. Yeah. And just as I'm doing this, shifter turns up. We'll see if it works. It's the cheapest 10 speed I could find, made by Micro New, whatever that is. I'm just hoping it's compatible, but it feels very plasticky. This cassette actually looks really clean. Question is though, will this cassette fit? It's made by Ivuzi. Yeah, don't know, it was the cheapest I could find. I don't think it's going to fit on this. It's not. Shizer. That is not going to fit. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is... Does this matter? What I'm going to do is steal the Quadro. It's a Quadro hub with a heckin' dirty whatever this is rim at the moment. I don't know, I'll have to clean it. And it sounds a hell of a lot better as well. Goes on there. Goes on there. That goes on there. And this does up. So it's good to see these cheap bike challenges coming in now. Seeing the progress of them, seeing a couple of complete builds. So I need to carry on mine now. I've got some extra parts. I am running currently slightly above budget. I've sold a couple of parts. The rear derailleur, that went for £15. One of the chain rings went for £10. And hopefully the shifters are selling as well for about £25, which should put me back even. The bottom bracket I did obviously a little bit. I found this used one in my spares, and you guys on Instagram said said an average of basically £6.50 for it. So £6.50 it is, and that'll go with the tyre that I decided to use at £10 basically average, and someone's actually selling one on eBay for £10. And the wheels as well, I think that was £10 a pop. And I've just cleaned these threads out, but wow, that's tight. Of course, so with that, put the cranks back on, because I'm still using them. And I have finally got the chainring through. It's a pro wheel chainring, narrow wide, 34 tooth, I think it was it 32? It's something like that. Okay, here's something I've just noticed. This ring here, I don't know why I didn't notice this firstly, is the Pro Wheel narrow wide 9-10 speed chain ring, 34 tooth that I found on eBay, actually advertised as narrow wide. It's all the same width all the way around. This is just a single speed ring. This is a narrow wide ring made by HUP. It's twice the price of this ring, maybe a little bit more. I don't know if you'll be able to see on camera, but yeah, the teeth are definitely completely different widths. I've measured them, they're all the same width around. They're about 1.5 mil whereas these are like 1.53, 1.53, something like that. So I can still use this, but it's more likely that the chain will drop in the extremities. So apparently this is a little trick for chainring bolts to downsize them. Obviously wind them in back to back, or front to front as it were, and then we're going to try and cut them off. There we go. One down, 4 more to go. I'll take all these out now. But to go with that super cheap shifter, I do not like the look of that. I've actually found some Avid V-brake levers. They were like £7. Whether they are genuine Avid, no idea, but they fit in with the budget. This had V-brakes on it with cantilever shifters and brake levers. Not that you can get cantilever shifters, but you know, they're integrated. So yeah, they'll go on. Budget depending, I'll stick some extra grips on. If not though, we're going back to the old grips. Again, if you buy cheap stuff, you get cheap results. Whether these are genuine Avid, still don't know. But I've had to file out the barrel slot, so that will go in. They're just like the powder coated cheap aluminium. Okay, now it's raining. Of course it is. The suspension on this bike is a little bit iffy. I mean, it works, but oh God, if I was to put all my weight on the bike as I'm riding it, it sinks a little bit. Got no chain on at the moment, so that's awkward. Yeah, it pretty much compresses. It does compress all the way with my weight on the bike, which is not good. I'm soaked. There you go. Oh no, it is elastomer. Oh, okay, they're shut. There's nothing I can do about them. Damn it. Not in the budget anyway. There we go. No, it's not too much weight difference, to be honest. Okay, hopefully that'll be able to go on fairly easy. Not as bad. Give them a quick clean. Yeah. Make sure they're cleaned up as well. Put some grease in there. God damn, look what's just rocked up. Woo. Ah, yes. So as much as I'd like to change out the bars and the stem for a shorter and wider set, shorter stem, wider bars, it's just not in the budget. The fork blew it for me. Oops. And as I'm out of budget, these grips are going to have to go back on. Just for now. How's that look? God's sake. Yeah, that'll be grand. The red is strong. here's the thing. Everything that I've read in the past about these 1x10 drivetrains says you need a shifter to match the derailleur. They have different types of, I don't know, pulls, branding, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna chance it. I know I've got this cheap micro, new micro. I guess it's a rip-off of a micro shift. Let's see if it works. Not really. It's like every other click moves up a gear. And now that the build's done, we're back again. So the ride out today, just to test it out, has been pretty fun. For a total budget of, oh, I didn't include it, £93 I think it was. I'll put it up on screen. But anyway, I'll run through my costs. The bike cost me £10.50. This chain cost me £11.49. The cassette, which is an 11 to 40, cost me £16.99. The V-brake levers, which are honestly pretty bad, cost me £7.57. This XT rear derailleur, £20. The igniter tyre that I found in the garage, there was someone selling it on eBay, so I costed that at £10. The front wheel I also cost at £10, because that's a spare one I had in the garage. The rear wheel, the Quandro, I thought a fair price for that might be £15 based on other things. Bottom bracket, I asked Instagram about that and they said £6.50. Saddle, £5, nothing special. The RockShox Indy SL pushed me over budget quite a bit, but I managed to claw it back. They were £41. The pedals, £5. I don't know, there was nothing special that I had in the garage. And what was the last thing? Shifter, again, pushed me over budget slightly. That was a brand new SL 6000 and that was £28.99. So of course that is way over 100 quid. But I did manage to sell or reuse a 7-speed chain and cassette off this on another bike that I've put together, which I valued at £5. I sold the outer chainring off the original cassette crankset for £10. Sold the shifters for £30. Sold the LX rear derailleur for £15. The STX front for £15. And the XT pedals, which it originally had, I can throw a picture up of that if you want, or check it out on Instagram. I'm keeping them, and I don't know, I valued it at 20, but that still leaves me the wheel set, the club roost bar ends, and the small chainring and the middle chainring. So there is a little bit more left in it, which should account for any discrepancies. I don't know if you want to call it discrepancies in the budget, but it's a fun bike. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I've had a little blast over here today. I've had fun over here today at Cannock, just riding the Blue Trail. Brakes aren't too bad. They're crisp when it's dry. They're obviously shocking when it's wet. Gears go great. The headset, I am not convinced this is all good, because I'm pretty sure it's knocking, even though it's tight. And the shock seems to be working okay, but obviously It doesn't have the, that's all it's moved, but I don't know, it's not too bad. So I guess next is all your builds. I know a few of you have been building them, sending them in, so I will put a video together next and do them a bit separately. So thanks for watching. If you've taken part, thank you very much. It was fun seeing them all come in. It was fun building this. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh yeah, one more thing before I finish off. This chainring wasn't actually included in the parts list or the budget, because technically I got a refund on this. Well, no, not technically, I did get a refund on this. This Pro Wheel narrow wide chainring is not narrow wide, it's just a single speed chainring. I argued back and forth with the seller on eBay, and they ended up refunding me because they don't actually sell narrow wide, they just state it in the title to get people to buy it. So yeah, technically I paid for it and then got a refund, so it's a freebie, and it did actually work on this ride. Okay, there we go.